Welcome to the second tutorial for the Caddy application. This tutorial is going to be focused on the rangefinder. The rangefinder allows you to see the distances between your current location and the front of green, the center of green, or the back of green, or you can set it up to also show distance to the sand bunker, water traps, or any other feature you want to mark. Now, when the application downloads from the iTunes store, the rangefinder is turned off, and the reason we have it turned off is to conserve power and also for those users which don't want to use the rangefinder. So let's turn it on by going to the iPhone settings, select on Caddy, and then in the GPS section we turn on the rangefinder. Select Caddy and the application starts up. Now we have a new tab with the rangefinder on it. If we click on it, there should be no values at all, and then what we have here is a GPS indicator. If they're all lit up, then it indicates that we have an accuracy of 10 meters or 11 yards, 20 meters or 22 yards, 30 meters, 33 yards, 40 meters, 44 yards, 50 meters, or 55 yards, and if they're all off like they are now, it means we have an accuracy worse than 50 meters. Now, since I'm using the iPhone simulator, this is the best accuracy we're going to get. Now, to set our details, we flip over this card here. Now, just to go over a bit more, over at the top here shows us the whole number. We have the distance to front of green, distance to center, and distance to back of green. So we can flip it over by swiping. You can flip it over by selecting the action button. You can flip it over by hitting the information button. Okay, to edit the front of green, we just hit the front of green row. We can directly edit the latitude and longitude, or we can hit the GPS. The GPS works the same as the other GPS indicator. If it's full, then it's 10 yards of accuracy. A quarter lost is at 20 meters. Then it's 30, 40, and anything worse is 50. So hit done. It now shows us that we're within 0 meters of center of green, front of green. So let's click on that again. I want to go to maps this time. And if you've already got the location set, it centers that location for you in the map. Otherwise, it uses your current location as a map point. Now, what I want to do is set front of green to be essentially about halfway here. We'll have center of green about there, and then the back of green will be further out. So let's set our center of green. Hit done. Now, if we're done here again, it shows us we're about 60 meters from that location. We can edit the center of green the same way, hit map, position it approximately where we want it. It's only going to be an approximate location. There's a lot of inaccuracies anywhere with the map alignment to GPS location, and plus your finger is also fairly big in comparison, although it goes by the center of the finger. It's not meant to be an accurate location. It's meant to be more of an indicator of where the hazard or hole is. That's so that the first time you play it, you've actually got something to work towards, and when you get to that location, you can then use the GPS to target exactly where the hole is or where the location is. So we've done now. We are approximately 118 meters away from center of green. So let's now set up the back of green. Go to map. Okay, I'm going to move it across. And I'm going to make the back of green approximately here. Select done. So done again. Now it's 139 meters. So if we flip this over, we now see our hole 1 has got all of its settings for the front of green, center of green and back of green. We can go back to play, we can change our hole, come back to the rangefinder. It's now no longer in play. So if we go back to hole 1, there's our details. So we flip this back over. Now we can also set up other points of interest. So what I'm going to do is arbitrarily put in some interesting points. So we put in a new hazard, and I'm going to call this hazard a car, primarily because we're in a street. Why not? So click on map, and we're going to find ourselves a car. There's a whole heap of cars there, so I'm going to choose this car just here. Or we could choose one of these. I'll just choose one of these holes, one of these cars, and change it to car park. Click on done, and that's 37 meters away from the car park. Select done to change the edit mode. We can flip it back over. It still only shows the front, center and back, but if we now flip over, it shows all of our hazards. And if we go back to play and back to rangefinder, it quickly shows you that list. But if you prefer, if you're only just interested in center and back of green, you can just leave it in this front card and flip back this way between your whole editing and your rangefinder. Now the GPS is continually running, and so you might be, you're taking a location here and you want to walk away to your clubs, choose your club, and because the GPS is still running, it's going to change distance on you. What you can do is double click on the card here and it will lock all the GPS settings for you. Behind the scenes it'll still be getting your location, but it won't be updating the GPS range information. It won't update it again till you double click to release the lock. So that's one feature, and it will remain locked even when you flip it over, and you have to flip back and double click to unlock. Okay, and that concludes the tutorial on how to use the rangefinder. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to showing you how to track your strokes within Caddy. Thanks, bye.